What's the word, y'all? It's the Pack Podcast, and we're finally back in business. It's been 21 weeks since we've uploaded, and it might be 22 when this goes up. But let's get straight into it. Obviously, you can see on the screen, I'm doing a tier list with gaming. And obviously, you see there's a new guest. His name is Jasper. This is Jasper C. This is a friend from my old school, HKA, and he's one of my dearest and my best friends at that time. So, obviously, you haven't seen him, but you're going to know him, and he might be back on the show, hopefully. But let's just get straight into it. As you know, we have our tier list as normal. Same thing we did last time. Certified GOAT, highly recommended. Respectable, respectable, and needs more help. And underwhelming. But hopefully we don't have to put that many games. You can see the games below, and you don't have to go through it. So if you want, we can get straight into it. You want to start, Jasper?
Yeah, so obviously I'm really happy to be on the show. This podcast, I should say. Thank you for having me.
If you want,
And
and you can introduce yourself. There's no pressure here. Be yourself.
uh,
I don't want you to be someone you're not.
that's good. So yeah, anyways, if we're gonna start into it, we're gonna go with Fall Guys first. Obviously, this game was launched, I want to say last year, early last year was it,
Yeah, I
or
think in
mid last year?
August. Yeah, August.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So mid last year, this game blew up, took the world by storm. It was
Yeah.
enormous, and there was just so many people playing it, and it was just a bunch of jelly bean people running around. But obviously, where's the game now? It kind of fell off,
Yeah, it
even though
crashed
they're
pretty
still
hard.
making new season. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to. I think this game, it was really cool at first, and it's pretty fun to play. I played it obviously, had a couple hours on it. But I think this game goes to respectable for me, because there's not much to do in the game anymore. After playing for hours, it just gets boring for me.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't have enough maps personally. I think it would be in highly recommended, but the fact that the game got dry and like a lot of people stopped playing it as time went on made it feel like it wasn't really good. So I think I would put it in respectable. I feel like it's probably at the bottom of that tier though. But moving on to PUBG. Now, this is like a controversial one because there's a lot of people who haven't played PUBG, but they've played PUBG Mobile. And I think if we're talking about PUBG Mobile, that's one of the best mobile games of all time, personally, because it's like one of the few like popular battle royale games on phone on mobile. I think it's just such a versatile game. I would put it in highly recommended and respectable, but I don't know. What's
Yeah,
your
I'd
take
have
on
to
it?
agree with you. Even as a mobile game, PUBG was an enormous battle royale game on PC. A lot of people play it. There's not a single person who was in a battle royale and didn't know PUBG. It was like the first, I think, it was the first groundbreaking um, battle royale that came to the video game world, obviously.
Yeah, obviously inspired other games like Fortnite. It was inspired by H1Z1. I think it's kind of a good game. I would put it
Yeah,
in
highly recommended. Yep.
highly recommended. Yeah, we're kind of being light here. A lot of these games here, there's not going to be too many underwhelming games here. But
Yep. Nope.
all right, moving on. A childhood classic, Skylanders. Oh my, this game was it was a great game when I was kind of younger. Obviously, I wouldn't play it now. I found it really cool how you like used to be able to put the things on the pad and it would show up in the game. Like that was cool. But I feel like
Yep.
after like the Swap Force Skylanders, the game kind of fell off and it was kind of just overdone. And obviously now they're not really making games that much anymore, at least like that series anymore. So I feel like it fell off. And personally, I wouldn't play it today. I feel like it's underwhelming right now, but if we're grading it over like its entire lifespan, I think it needs more though. So
Wow. Okay.
it's
I
a
think
controversial one. I could see it
yeah.
being in respectable just because I grew up
I,
on it.
I
But
think if we're talking as a generally, I think Skylanders would have to be respectable for me, because I grew up on Skylanders and I thought it was such a fascinating game, and I had most of the games, and I just thought having the collection of the characters and being able to play them was really awesome, and it created bonds.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
so I think it would be respectable in my books. But if you wanted to keep it in needs more, then I respect that decision.
I feel like if we don't put these games in needs more, everything's gonna be above respectable. So I feel
Yeah.
like we have
Okay.
to make a
Yep.
sacrifice at
Yeah.
some
Okay.
point.
I agree with that.
Super Smash Bros. This is your game, bro. This
Yeah.
all you. Go for it.
Okay, so Super Smash Bros. Obviously, I'm not the best at Super Smash Bros. I'm not even that good at Super Smash Bros. But I used to just play it with my friends here and there. I used to play with my brother here and there. The game, obviously, Nintendo, huge crossover. Everybody loved to see their favorite character battle one another. For example, you wouldn't imagine Mario beating the hell out of Princess Peach, or you wouldn't imagine Kirby sucking like inhaling
Oh yeah, like the other players. Yeah,
like yeah, it's weird,
it's
but
interesting.
it's an awfully interesting game, and it's just so cool to be able to see all these characters that you either grew up with or seen in different places go into a game and go into a fighting arena. So I think I would highly recommend Super Smash Bros. For people who love that PvP action, and it's a Nintendo game, so you're obviously gonna have to have played the Nintendo games before this one.
Yeah, I think it's portable. It's me on Switch. Yeah, I've played it
Yeah,
multiple
yeah,
times. I'm not very good at it. I like it a lot.
yeah.
All right, a tough one. Apex Legends. Now I know Jasper himself did not like this game when it came out. I don't like it anymore. But when it came out in 2019, it was one of the hottest games. I remember it came out and people were like completely like, "Oh, this is the new Fortnite. Like, I'm never leaving this game." And then I don't really know what happened. Fortnite took a couple of elements of it, obviously the reboot van and the with this like bringing back your teammates. Obviously, I think that would have that benefited the game, like on both sides, Fortnite and Apex. I feel ever since it's become cross-platform is when I left, not because I don't like playing with other people. I just feel like that's when other battle royales stepped their game up, and I lost interest, and not many people play it anymore. Obviously, it's still a popular game now today. Not just none of my friends personally play. I know many people in my grade who ask to get playing. I'm not saying you're something's wrong with you because you play it. I'm not gonna say that here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so I totally agree with you. At the beginning, like you said, I didn't really like the game because it was in cross-platform. I didn't really have that many people to play with on PlayStation. But the game on PC now, the queues are actually pretty decent, but on console, it's like a graveyard. It takes like you're expecting at most 5-minute queues, but it's not like that anymore. The Apex Legends as a game is it's an amazing game to play. But I just think I was waiting for so long for it to become cross-platform that I could even get the time to transfer from console to PC. So, and I didn't even realize it became cross-platform because I was waiting so long and I just lost interest in the game. So, I think I still really I started playing it on PC a little bit, just a tiny bit, and I do enjoy the game. So I think I would put it in either respectable or highly recommended. So I think I would put it in respectable.
yeah, I think it's in the middle of these two. But I would
Yeah.
put it as a respectable game. It had high peaks and then low lows.
Okay, just put it in
Forza.
front of Fall Guys.
Forza, widely regarded as one of the best driving games. Obviously there are games like Gran Turismo and these things. Obviously, me growing up on Xbox, this was the only driving game I had, and this would be the only one that we're reviewing today. But personally, I feel this game was I think it was really good. I really like the handling, especially when Forza Horizon was introduced. The graphics are great, and I feel like the developers are really in touch with the fans, which is not something you see very often. But I think if you're comparing it to a large amount of games, it's not that crazy. But I think for car games, it's definitely it would be a certified go for car games. But for here, I think it belongs in the respectable tier. But now moving on to
Wow.
it. If you haven't
Fortnite.
if you haven't played this game, I don't know what you've done, what
Yeah.
you're doing.
So obviously 200 million people,
One of the biggest games of all
70
time.
at most 75 million people online at once. It's Fortnite. Everyone knows it. It's it's simple. 100 players jump into a game. You build, you die, you try again. It's as a game, it begun enormous and it progressed enormous and it's got hundreds of thousands of people watching it every single day. It's
Yeah,
just the game itself. It's evolving so much and it's changing so very often. And there's things and there's aspects of the games and components of the games that people they loved it for that. And they Epic Games took it away and they added new things and the players they've developed these strategies and unfortunately I'm not going to blame people for being good at the game, but
Yeah,
some
definitely.
people some people have developed these strategies that people can't keep up with anymore. So uh like some people can't keep up with the new strategies, so and the new techniques like piece control and all these high ground retakes and whatnot. So like I think Fortnite as a game, I think it's a certified GOAT because there's not one person I could think of who didn't have a good memory on Fortnite. It's such a memorable game, and it's just if you can't keep up with the game, just you either keep playing it and push through, or you just I don't just might not
I
want to
think
play it
that's the
anymore.
thing with Fortnite. It's a great game to play with your friends. Like honestly, it's so versatile, especially when they added creative. That was like a big thing. Like now you can play with however many friends you want, up to 16 people. Like that was crazy when they added that. And I think that's like an underrated aspect of Fortnite. And obviously, I think the downfall of Fortnite came when people started to play too much, right? And then it's hard to keep up with the game, especially if you're doing something else and you want to come back to the game and you're like, oh, I'm not this that good at this game. And then especially when they started to change the game too much and shy away from like the basics of the game, I think that's when people started to leave. Like I think the first time that they like vaulted the pump was I think the first time that Fortnite actually like saw a dip at like because it was just growing and growing and growing and it saw like a little dip and then they keep vaulting and unvaulting. And I don't think people can deal with that. It's obviously it's like I think you have to congratulate Epic Games for making the game that big. That's like still pulling so many viewers and still having so many players play it every day. Like Fortnite's like there's very little games that you can call dead that still have like 60 million people watching it on Twitch like at all times. Like that's insane. Like when you have streamers like Ninja and Tfue and all these people who are super popular or boosting the game, I think it's just I don't think it's the greatest game of all time, but it is definitely up there for modern day
Yeah.
games of all
But another thing I wanted to say was that like Ninja and Tfue, they moved obviously they still sometimes they look at the game, right, and they come back for a little play. But the game they have such a huge youth as an audience, but also the up and rising 14 to 16-year-old pros, they're just amazing at the game. So um that definitely boosts what the game needs, which is the audience that they're wanting to receive. So I think that the younger pros help them do that, and the younger audience who watch the pros, they that helps them.
time. Yeah, definitely. I was 11 when this game dropped, and now I'm 14. I know, I think I was 10. Yeah, I was 10 when the game dropped, and now I'm 14. Or in like
Damn.
4 days, but like you'll when you see this, I'll be 14. All right, moving on.
June 12th, by the way, June 12th.
Yep, yep, yep. Do not spam my mentions. Angry Birds. Moving on from Fortnite. Probably a top three mobile game of all time, in my opinion.
I'd have to
It could,
agree.
yeah, okay. Thank you for the
Just
support.
just slap it up at certified go. Just do it.
Oh, okay. We're doing that? Okay, okay, okay. I'll keep it here for a second, but let's discuss this.
Okay.
So, like Angry Birds, like that's the game that you're looking for when you ask someone if they have games on their phone. Like you say you got games on your phone and you're like 6. I'm
Yeah.
like, I need you to have Angry Birds because like that's such a like a weird. I think like it started to be. I mean, obviously I'm not that young anymore, so I don't still play it. But I think it started to be less popular when like the movie released and they strayed too far from the game and became more of a business. I think once games start to become more business and not just trying to like listen to the fans, because they'll listen to the fans when they're like not as big because they're like, oh, this is what the fans want. But like then eventually they'll just start listening to their owners and it becomes such a corporate business and like the person who's running Epic Games or running whoever, I don't know, Angry Birds, isn't listening to the fan base at all, right? He's like, oh, we're gonna make skin prices cheaper or anything. I don't care. I don't care if you want to leave it or whatever.
Merchandising.
Yeah, exactly. So I think when you stem
Yeah.
too far from your origins, that's when the game starts to die.
Yeah. Yeah, especially for a game like Angry Birds, it's such a simple game. That's why people got addicted to it. And it's not something that you'd usually find, but it's so simple, right? It's just
Yeah.
you put some Angry Birds on a slingshot and you slap them at some green pigs that are in a building. You get it down. It's 3 stars. Obviously, it's accomplishing. I'm 6 years old, and you're 6 years old and you're hooked on this game. It's just there's nothing that someone at a young age wouldn't be able to love about this game. But once they stray away from that and they do more than what they think is right, I think it builds up. Then after that, after that movie, it's gone. It's no one remembers. It's like it's just
Obviously,
of
it's
course they
remembered.
remember it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's just
A
different. It
beloved
hits
game.
different.
Hit different. Yeah. I think definitely a game. All right. So Modern
Yeah, we'll
Warfare.
just keep it a highly recommended. Yeah.
Yeah, keep it there. Keep it there. Certified Ghost. Like you still play
So
it.
this is you now, Modern Warfare. Let's go.
Modern Warfare. I am what I would call a Call of Duty enthusiast. Jasper is better than me at the game, but I've been playing it for the longest. Like I've seen like
I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not.
yeah, he's not saying anything here. I mean, I'm just being honest with myself. But I think the thing when I'm putting this Call of Duty, I'm not putting down Modern Warfare specifically. I'm just talking about like mainly the franchise in general. Obviously, there have been horrible games like Ghosts, and there have been incredible games like Black Ops 2. Um, but I think Call of Duty is one of those consistent franchises that are always going to be in contention for Game of the Year. They drop every single year. The way they organize how they release games, how they have 3 different developers, that is a great system that other games or other developers should definitely pick up on. Um, I think this is definitely a game that I'll always go back to. Like I don't consistently play this game this year, but I've gotten every single Call of Duty game in the past 4 years. Yeah, and I don't think that's gonna stop, even if I don't think that I'm gonna play it. I think it's a certified go. It's one of the most consistent series. If you ever like, it comes out every single year. It gets people watching every single year. Yeah. Anything you want to say about it from what you played?
I mean, I obviously I didn't grow up playing like
Yeah.
all the Call of Duties and stuff like that. But then I the first which is quite embarrassing. I started playing Cold War, and I was quite hooked. I just thought the grind for gold was really fun.
Yeah.
The grind
It's
for
really
diamond.
fun. It's one of those games. It's really fun to play with friends,
Yeah,
but
and when you
it
break
can
your
easily
controller in your
anger you.
desk,
Yeah. It can easily
that's not
anger
fun.
you. All right. This game
Minecraft.
might need its own tier. It really might.
Yeah, should we make some suspense for it?
I think okay. I don't think it deserves its own tier, but the impact Minecraft has had. Like when I say everyone's played Fortnite, like people have been bad at Fortnite. Like every single person like I know like has probably played Minecraft. Like you've opened the world. You may not have finished the game. I know you finished the game, but I know you've played Minecraft before. Like it's just one of the greatest games of all time. From Pocket Edition to PC, you could play it on any single platform at all. I didn't mention that before. Fortnite can literally play it on every platform except for mobile now because it's trash. But Minecraft is still one of those games that can be played on all platforms. I think it stayed relevant. Obviously it fell out of relevance kind of after 2017, I want to say. And then in 2019 it was kind of revived when PewDiePie started playing it and everyone started making these Minecraft playthroughs, right? Making these whole worlds, making these servers, right? And obviously there's the servers and the games and servers like Bed Wars and all those things. Um, yeah, I think can't really go wrong with this game. I've never like it's such a peaceful game. Like if you ever just like sit back and like hear those pianos and the chimes, like
Yeah. I
maybe
kind of
you
got.
might build a dirt house and somebody will bone kneel your house, but at the end of the day, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. Shout out Kurt.
So I can't stop smiling right now. It's just because I have so many good memories on Minecraft, and I think the worst memory I have is just walking in the lava when I had diamonds, and my brother, he pressed the walk button when I was 8.
Like
Hang on a
fighting the
second.
diamonds for the first time, bro. That's a different feeling. That's some
Yes. So Minecraft
you'll never
obviously
experience.
it hits different for everyone. It's just it's
I can't figure it out, bro.
yeah. It's like it's
If we're like
just
ranking them in tiers, like this is the best in each tier, like it's probably like this.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
these are probably like
Minecraft,
1, 2, 3.
yeah. It's like everyone was hooked on Legos, but then you put that into a virtual world and you got infinite amounts of it. It's just it's such an amazing game where you're immersed in your own world and you can do whatever you want and
It seems so
it's just
simple, but there's
yeah,
so many ways you can play
it's
it
such a
differently.
fascinating game.
I know.
It's it's certainly undescribable in words. It's amazing.
Just a couple of blocks. All right, moving on to the Rockstar series. If you don't know what Rockstar is,
RDR2.
yeah, Rockstar develops Red Dead Redemption 2 and games like GTA. They're owned by Take Two as well. Yeah, so that's all right, Red Dead Redemption 2. Um Probably the one of out of the games that I've played like consistently, easily the best looking game that I've played not on like a next gen like console. Like I haven't played a single game on the PS5 that looks better than this. Like, and this game came out in 2018, right? Like, obviously there's mods you can put on games and PCs, but I'm like, this came out on I guess last gen consoles. I guess they're still like current gen. You know, PS4s and Xbox Ones, and this game looked amazing. Like I have a 2013 Xbox, and it just literally felt like I was looking at real life. I think just off of like gameplay and graphics, it's certified GOAT. But I think I don't think it hasn't had the same lifespan. It's not cross-platform, and it's not as versatile as the other games. Like all of these games up here, you know, it's a trend. You can on most versions you can play with other people on different platforms, right? And it's accessible on multiple platforms. But this is only on console, PC, and Xbox. This isn't on Nintendo Switch. It's not on that. I guess Call of Duty's on Switch, but you know what I mean. I think I would highly recommend this game, just on the mechanics and the looks of it. It's just revolutionary. But I'm gonna step back for this next one. I don't need it.
Okay, so you got Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Obviously the game everyone knows. It's obviously like a game that it's very challenging to master. Not like Call of Duty or PUBG or Apex where you can aim down sights unless you have a scoped weapon. It's very hard to learn spray patterns, spray control, learn well obviously you gotta learn crosshair placement at the beginning. I think this game is a very good foundation for if you're beginning FPS shooters. This is one of the first games I played on PC or on a computer that was FPS. So this struck I guess, my enjoyment of FPS games on PC.
This guy
I
used to be
thought
bad at gaming,
CS:GO,
by the way. He was not good, and now
yeah, I was horrid.
he's a Kyle. He is a Kyle.
Yeah, so CS:GO,
Your
I think
call.
it's just so it's just a really good foundation for video games. FPS shooters, really fun. Nice to watch Pro League, a lot of tactics, pretty sick. I would
First,
put in. It's also quite an old game.
yeah, something.
CS Source was the first.
That's
There's
right.
CS Source. No, there's CS 1.6, CS Source, and Counter-Strike Global Offensive, which came out in 2012. There's a lot of different patches, but I think the state of the game is still very lively. Um, and I really like the game still, so I'd put it in highly recommended.
I agree with that. I mean, personally, I just never really took the time to learn how to play PC games. Like, everyone who plays that game is so good. When you like play someone in a game, you're like, oh, they're such a tryhard. Like, the average player in this game plays this game a lot. If you're like decent, you probably play a lot, or you play at least a lot of FPS shooters or shooters in general. All right, so we're moving on to our next and I guess final battle royale, right? Does Siege have a battle
Yep.
royale?
No.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. All right. Call of Duty Warzone. So this was a perfectly timed. I know. What's their name? Activision didn't plan this, but they dropped this game right when COVID happened, and it just blew up. People were like, "It's a free Call of Duty. It's a new battle royale." It had improved on so many things that um Blackout didn't do. If you're wondering what Blackout is, that was Call of Duty's first attempt at a battle royale in Black Ops 4. And I think the way they orchestrated this Call of Duty was insane. Um, Obviously, like so many people play it now who've never played it before. It's really hard, but I think it's very rewarding. Um, this is definitely. You think this warrants a certified GOAT?
I didn't. I played Warzone, but very, very, very briefly. I didn't play that much. I was horrible at the game. So I respect the game. I personally don't have that much insight on it, so I'm gonna let you take the wheel on this one.
Yeah, I think like just that of so many people play it, bro. Like like I know our friend group doesn't really play it that much, but like, bro, so many people play it. I think it's a certified GOAT. I think it's
Wow. Okay.
definitely because the reason I
Okay.
think it's there is because it was the biggest game for all of 2020 and probably like right now. Like, what's the newest game that's come out? Like the most recent game that's come out and like everyone plays. You see memes about it. Like anything
Valorant
before that was about. Yeah, I guess.
came
I'm
out in
like,
June 2020,
dang, it was that
July.
recent. You said. I think Warzone's still personally, but Warzone is bigger than Valorant. I
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
yeah,
I
it's
I
definitely
certainly
bigger.
agree with you. I certainly agree with you. I just
I
think
think just like
Valorant's
the
a
sheer
lesser
amount
one.
of like, you don't even have to like play it to know about Warzone. You just like see the
Yeah.
Warzone memes, you're like, oh yeah, this is related to
Hmm.
Battle Royale. I think that's warranted. All
Okay.
right, moving on to the. I'm gonna put these back to back.
Yeah, let's put them together. So Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, Supercell, two mobile games, enormous Supercell. Like Clash of Clans, you have a base, you
Let's
attack
not
people.
forget though.
That's
Let's not
simple.
forget. Let's not forget. Let's not forget. Supercell has released some stinkers. Whatever that farming one was, that was horrible.
With
Ascension,
Heyday,
Heyday, that was so trash. I hated that game. I used
if
to
you
get
play
ads
Heyday
for
and
it,
you don't play Clash of Clans,
bro.
I don't know what
And
you're doing.
then Boom Beach, Boom
Boom
Beach.
Beach.
It was a decent game, but that was really if I was just like dead bored, I would play that.
Yeah. Yeah. So Clash of Clans, obviously, it's I don't remember what year it was released. I want to say I'm not even gonna try. Anyways, Clash of Clans, early 2010, no, 2010 to 2015 era. It was, it's just a game. You build a base, you attack people, you get trophies, you make a clan, you get to hang out with your friends. But what I think the relation between Clash of Clans and Clash Royale is really cool is that they take the troops from Clash of Clans, and they put them into a PvP style of Clash Royale. I just think I like playing the games. I still have them on my phone today.
Yeah.
They're just mobile games that I liked to play when I was younger.
These are,
There you go.
I mean, not even like people still play these. Like, and all these mobile games that we go over, like Among Us and Angry Birds and um, I guess technically Call of Duty and Fortnite and Minecraft, not really. All of those have kind of fell out of style, but I feel like I always found myself coming back to Clash of Clans and Clash Royale eventually, right? Just like,
Yeah,
oh, let's play Clash of Royale. We're bored, let's
yeah.
play. Or like,
Also, Clash Royale and Clash of Clans are also they have pretty popular. I don't know about popular, but they have pretty decent esports scene. Um, so you
really? I
can see
didn't know.
people doing their PvP in Clash of Clans in their builder bases and their PvP in Clash Royale, obviously. So I think that's pretty interesting too. So I would give it a respectable. I like the
Respectable.
Supercell
I give Clash of
Clash
Clans a
franchise.
respectable, highly recommended for Clash Royale.
Yeah, I highly recommend it.
Because like I wouldn't
It's
choose another person like at this
top
time,
10, top 10 mobile games for me. Definitely
yeah.
top 5 even maybe.
Because if you're playing Minecraft, you probably need someone else to play with. Like Clash Royale, you can play that on a plane or sometimes. But like,
It's online.
yeah, you don't have to wait for other people. I think you can. I think that's a Clash of Clans. That's a. I don't know. I think it fell out of
Yeah.
style a little bit when Clash Royale took its fame.
Yeah. Okay, so speaking out of fell out of style, let's move into our next one, FIFA. This game
Wait, hold up,
is
hold up. Camille, edit that out when you said FIFA. Moving on to Among Us. Among Us, Among Us, Among Us. All right, Among Us. This game. Oh, this game took the world by storm. Oh, there are
yeah.
some sussy backers in the comments.
Nah, edit that out. No
I didn't mean
way
to
you're
say
saying
that.
that. No, there's no way you're saying that. Edit out.
Oh my
My
gosh.
hello editor, by the way. My name's Jasper.
Among Us. All right, Camille. Cut this whole bit out, and I'm gonna say 3, 2, 1, and then you restart, okay? So 3, 2, 1. Among Us. This game. So Among Us is a tricky one because when it first came out, it was so just like when it first came out, nobody played it. Like
It's
it came
ages
out
ago,
in
actually.
yeah, people didn't realize this game came out in like 2018,
Yeah.
and then like it got big after Fall Guys fell
I
off.
think one streamer streamed it, and he had some people collab with him. Those collabs led to more collabs of
Yeah,
just
you
10
know,
people
yeah,
getting
yeah,
into a room, crewmate, imposter. It's like a murder mystery, but online. And guess what? We're in a pandemic, right? So
yeah,
it's everyone's gonna want to play together, like on this online platform where it's accusing, it's guessing, and when you uncover the imposter, it's accomplishing, and it's a fun time, you know.
yeah. I think the thing is, it's insane. Like games like Fortnite, you need to make it's insanely easy to play Among Us. You literally just have to download the app and you go straight in. You don't have to make an
Yeah,
account. You don't have to buy anything
mobile
else.
NPC.
All you have to do is enter the code and you're in. That's all. It's so
Yeah.
simple. It's cross-platform. Like it's so easy to
Hmm.
play with other people.
Yeah.
I think this was a game that was like popular across all fan bases and genders. I don't think you had to be into gaming to like this game.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So
I
like
think
this game
yeah,
was really interesting to watch. But also it wasn't even that hard to play. So it's like you can watch
yeah,
Warzone pros, and when you play the game, it's hard. Yeah, sorry, I cut you off. What were you gonna say?
yeah. I mean, this kills friendships. I can't even lie.
Certain,
but
yeah, I've certainly had some major arguments on this game.
But the thing is about if this game would have lasted like maybe a year or two, because like if you think about it, Fortnite's still alive, this game is like 6 feet under. Once they released the new map and everything, that was when it like kind of took a toll worse. Because they didn't really do anything after that because they felt like that was enough. And I think that was a problem. I felt like the map was enough. If it would have lasted longer, it would have been bad. But I feel like I'm obligated to put this in highly recommended
Yep,
just
definitely.
because uh
So easy.
yeah, just because the it's so easily accessible and it's still fun. I don't think I would still play it now, but like it is you don't even have to be super like intelligent. I'm not sure. Like you don't have to be like super intelligent to play this and know a lot about the game. Just like do your tasks or
Yeah,
else
so
you're out.
speaking of games that we don't play that much anymore, are going out of style, let's move on to our next one, which is FIFA. This game is old.
Wait, no, Jasper.
This what?
We're not talking about FIFA.
Isn't it there though?
No, okay, I'm gonna talk about that with Yassine.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Alright,
I didn't know
alright.
that.
So Camille, okay, cut out the part where he first started talking about FIFA. So cut it right there the first time, and then leave the Among Us part in there, and then cut it out right when he started trying to talk about FIFA again. Okay.
Okay, so just don't
All
have
right, and then
anything about me
three.
talking about
Okay,
FIFA.
when I say 3, 2, 1, go, then you unedit the clip. All right. So then I'm gonna say, all right, here we go. 3, 2,
Screw FIFA.
1. Rainbow Six Siege. Jasper, you play this game a lot, and you guys kind of
Yeah.
left me high and dry. You went to go play this game because I can't play it with y'all. But
Okay,
go.
so Rainbow Six Siege. When I first had this, when I used to see people like here and there play it. I used to hear the name being thrown around, but I never really took the time to just go out of my way and play the game. Um, First just because I had CS:GO to play at the time, and also I didn't really feel an interest to play the game because I never heard much people talking much about it, and nobody necessarily recommended it to me. But then earlier this year in January, I got the game and I absolutely loved it. I love the dynamic of the game. I think this is one of the first games where I understand it the most. Well, like I'm understanding the game a lot better than I did other games. I think because of my dynamic and my build up from CS, like the skills that I was able to develop from CS:GO, I think they transferred from to Rainbow Six pretty well, like game sense wise and aim wise, crosshair placement. I think it's passed on pretty well. I really like watching Siege now. I like learning tactics in Siege, and I really enjoy playing with other people. It's certainly a game that I would highly recommend to other people, and I do think it's one of my top 5 games in my personal opinion. But I think if we're putting it on the leaderboard, I would have to put it on highly recommended.
Seems respectable. I'm just gonna leave this Call of Duty because I feel like I already graded the whole Call of Duty series.
Yep. So did
So
you want to put it on certified or just leave it?
yeah, I'll just be
Okay.
there. All right, Lego video games. Back to when I was young. Oh, that was kind of cringe. Don't edit that out though. We're keeping that in. So Lego video games. I think this is an interesting one because I've had a lot of fun on these type of games that are kind of like unconventional, but are kind of just like, you know, they just work. I don't know. I don't really remember what they were about. I just remember I had a lot of fun on the game. I don't know what I did. I don't know. Maybe you can elaborate better. I sound kind of unprofessional. This is the whole reason Jasper is on here is because I feel that he is a gaming expert and can help me with this topic.
Yeah,
So
so the games that we chose, obviously I can talk about quite a bit. I think Lego games, I used to play them a lot when I was younger too on console, PS3, and also transferred to PS4. I started with Lego Batman, the original ones, and Lego Marvel, Lego Avengers. I never really got into the Lego Harry Potter or Lego Lord of the Rings, but I still found them quite interesting. I think the Lego games are just cool because obviously everyone played with Legos and being able to transfer them into a video game style and being able to play with them as minifigures in the game and conquer quests and accomplish tasks and do levels. And also the free roam aspect of it. I think it's very cool,
yeah, I
very cool
think
idea.
that was like
Yeah.
the first like sandbox game, aside from like
Hmm.
Minecraft that I
Yeah.
played and
Yeah.
like felt like it was in a real city. And like I think there was like a way you could battle other things. I don't know. I found it really fun going through the levels with like some of my friends. You know who you are. Um, but yeah, I think I would put this in respectable. It's nothing too
Yep.
crazy. Yeah, it's a respectable game. Oh, all right, let's get straight to it. Halo. Personally, this game was just I don't know. I love this game. Halo was personally the first video game that I ever like played. Like if we're talking about like console video games, that's like actually like a shooter that's not like Clash Royale, it's not like a Lego game or anything. This was the first game that I ever played. I played this game when I wasn't allowed to play Call of Duty. And um playing it with like doing 2v2s, playing with my friends, obviously like it's just really one of those like undefeated games. Um, I think the whole franchise took a turn for the worse when Halo 5 came out because once they got rid of split screen, that was when you lost me because I don't think at that time I hadn't really made the move to fully online games. And it felt like a really big deal at that time. That's why I was just like, I can't I can't play a one person game. Like I can't just play the campaign. I want to play this with my friends. Like that's not what I want. Yeah,
Y-
I
Yeah.
don't know.
So I think if you wanted me to help you like
I
communicate your
would put
point, I
it.
think what you're saying is,
Yeah,
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. What were you trying to say?
I think I would put this in highly recommended. But yeah, give you your opinion.
Yeah, so I think what you're trying to say is the way the game. So obviously the game started. I knew that esport was very popular. There was I think there was pretty big prize pools. There was quite big tournaments that people could get into. I think the game's development was obviously, it progressed really well. A lot of people enjoyed the sequels. A lot of people didn't enjoy the sequels. New like different types of guns came out. The different patches were interesting, and also, but however, the development of the game also made it worse. Like a lot of these games here, I think is what Parker's trying to say.
As games go on, they get worse. It's just facts. But moving on to Grand Theft Auto 5. I know a lot of people haven't played this game. I've just recently started playing it, and that's the thing with this game. Um, everyone is like after a certain age, everyone has played it, but before you don't really realize like how like different the game is from what you see online. Because like I used to watch GTA 5 when I was, I don't know, in like third, fourth, second grade probably. Like I used to watch those videos where they would do those cool stunt races. I used to watch Jelly. I was cringe. And I used to watch all those guys play those stunt races. I was like, bro, this game is so good. And I didn't even know all about all the bad stuff you can do in that game. And obviously you're never allowed to play it, right? And then when you get the game, it's such a great game. Like even though you got the game 7 years late, or almost 8 years late, you still feel like it's a new game. You still feel like, wow, this is crazy. Like I've never played anything like this before. I don't know. I think this is easily a certified GOAT just for how it's like changed YouTube as also. That's insane. But yeah. Um I think that's I mean, have you played it? Is there anything you want to say about it at all?
No, there's not that much I want to say about it. I just know it's a really popular game. You know,
Mm, all
the
right.
also sandbox aspect is cool.
I think all right, so for all right, let's do Rocket League.
I don't
I
know what
wanna
to
do
say about it. You go.
yeah, I don't know. Rocket League, this game, I'm horrible at this game. Um there are some people who are insane at this game. And it's honestly crazy. Like shout out to Gavin. I know you might not be able to see this, but he's literally one of, if not the best player I played in Rocket League. And like I think the player is kind of dying. Um, because I know he's in such a high rank, it takes him like 2 hours to find a game. Like that's insane, bro. And I think like you could be so ass and so you could be so horrible or so great at this game. There's no like there's an in between. But like this game is really hard for me, and that's made me not want to play it. But I would put this in respectable, mainly because it's cross-platform and all that. All right, 2K21, or just the 2K franchise in general. Um, I think the thing is with 2K, um, it's one of those games that hasn't really changed. It's one of those sports games that has not changed much. But I think like as a basketball game, it's great. The only problem with the franchise is the developers, because the problem with 2K is like they don't have to compete with anyone else. Like obviously there are games that are better than it, but I'm like, if you buy 2K, like you're not gonna not buy 2K one year because they don't have any competition. There's one other competitor, which is NBA Live, and NBA Live is so much worse. Nobody would ever play it. Nobody plays it. And when other person doesn't have competition, as long as they're just better than NBA Live, they don't have to really improve the game that much. And that's where they've kind of stagnated, and they haven't really listened to the community as well. And YouTubers and all these people have tried to reach out to all these developers, and none of this stuff gets changed. It's kind of the same thing every year. But I think personally, the game is really, really fun, especially when you can play with friends. I think it's highly recommended. Personally, I think it could change depending on if you played it or not. But
Yeah.
those are
I
my
didn't play. I didn't really play 2K, NBA, but NBA 2K. I had the WWE 2K. I thought it was pretty
oh
cool.
yeah. All right, you could talk about Valorant right now.
Yeah, so getting into Valorant, it's quite a controversial game. A lot of people, well, it's quite obvious that they copied the guns from CS:GO. They have the same arsenal, but the game is it's quite different because of the utility and the different operators. It definitely changes how the game should be played in comparison to a game like CS:GO. As much as the gunfighting is quite similar. You can ADS in Valorant, aim down sights. And also the operators in Valorant, like a lot, like for me, like I wouldn't say I'm a like former CS player, but
Mhm.
I, I guess I kind of played CS:GO, and then moving to Valorant, it was it was really weird for myself because I didn't really understand what was going on. I didn't understand like there's robots and there's these flashes and there's like a running wolf, I think, at one point, and I just didn't understand it at all. But then I think after watching pros play the game and being able to understand the game and play it a little bit more, I think I had more insight on it. And I obviously at first I didn't really like the game because I thought it was just a copy of CS:GO, but it's really not that. And they've developed the game and it's a really popular game. So I'm not going to take any credit away from Riot Games and say that it's a complete copy and that it's bad. I think it's quite an amazing game. It's just some people they they're just in denial of it being a good game, and um, they won't be willing to look into Valorant. And because a lot of CS:GO pros actually went into Valorant as a new opportunity because of how good of a game it is. And CS:GO sometimes it feels like it's dying out and it might get boring. In Valorant, new operators, different things. It's
Is it
a
an
really
accurate
great game.
observation to say Valorant is a mix between Fortnite and CS:GO? I haven't really played CS:GO, so I don't really know what is that.
Yeah, so it's
I've
it's
heard
it's
that
not
term.
for it's not Fortnite CS:GO. It's more like Overwatch and CS:GO.
Mm,
Um, it's the abilities aspect, the abilities component, and also the fire, the shooting, the gunfighting aspect also of CS:GO. The gun similarities. It's definitely CS:GO and Overwatch. So I would highly recommend it.
all right, moving on. All right, thank you guys for watching. I know it's been a while since we've uploaded. Hopefully this satisfies you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed Jasper on the show. We are gonna have more guests consistently on the show. Don't worry, Abe will be back. I know he's gone now. Um, he's had some complications with trying to record the time difference. So thanks for watching. It's been the Pack Podcast, y'all. We out.